Hello students, we are back here to study data handling. I, Srikant Joshi, welcome you to Nagesh Karajia Orchid School channel to study data handling. In the previous session, we had seen outcomes as events. In that, we studied what is an event. It was defined as each outcome of an experiment or a collection of outcomes make an event. So, what is an event? Each outcome of an experiment or collection of outcomes make a event. For example, in the experiment of tossing a coin, getting a head is an event or getting a tail is an event. So, whatever outcome we are getting, it is an event. At the end of the previous session, we had seen example 3, which describes a bag has 4 red balls and 2 yellow balls. And from that, they had asked, what is the probability of getting a red ball and is it more or less than getting a yellow ball? It was explained to us that the total outcomes are 6. 4 red and 2 yellow, total outcomes are 6. Getting a red ball consists of 4 outcomes because there are 4 red balls. And what is the probability? 4 upon 6, out of 6 balls, 4 balls are red. So, 4 upon 6, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 upon 3 is the probability of getting a red ball. In the same way, the probability of getting a yellow ball is 2 upon 6. Means 2 1s are 2 3s are. Okay. So, therefore, the probability of getting a red ball is more than that of getting a yellow ball. Till here in the previous session we had seen. Continuing further, there is a small activity that is given. Try these. Suppose you spin the wheel. You can see here is a wheel. Let us study the wheel properly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 sectors are there. Total sectors are 8. In that, G is representing green sector, R is representing red sector or not green sector. Instead of, they have not mentioned R as red, but they have said not getting a green sector. Let it be, let us count the number of G and the number of R. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 green sector and R 1, 2, 3 not green sector, not getting a green sector. Now, what are the things that are asked to us? List the number of outcomes of getting a green sector and not getting a green sector on this wheel in figure 5.11. Total 8 green sector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, what are the outcomes of getting green sector? 5. What are the outcomes of getting non-green sector? It is 3. Okay. What is the probability of getting a green sector? What is the probability of getting a green sector? Now, when they are saying probability means what? The outcomes upon total outcomes. Green sectors total 5, total outcomes 8. So, it is 5 upon 8. What is the probability of not getting a green sector? 1, 2, 3. 3 are not green sectors are present there. So, it is 3 upon 8. So, these are the answers. Let us proceed further to study chance and probability related to real life. What they are explaining the next thing? Chance and probability related to real life. We talked about the chance that it rains just on the day when we do not carry a raincoat. What we talked about? Yes, in the starting we talked about this example that it rains just on the day when we do not carry a raincoat. what could you say about the chance in terms of probability? Could it be 1 in 10 days during a rainy season? The probability that it rains is 1 upon 10. What they have said, please understand carefully. What could you say about the chance in terms of probability? Could it be 1 in 10 days during a rainy season? Means what has happened? One day it has happened out of 10 days that we have not carried the raincoat and it rained. So, the probability is then 1 upon 10. The probability that it does not rain is 9 upon 10. The probability that it does not rain is 9 upon 10. What is explained in the bracket? Assuming raining or not raining on a day are equally likely. If you remember, when we toss a coin, whether head will turn up or tail will turn up, the possible outcomes are equal. The chance of getting the head is 50% and the chance of getting tail is 50%. The same they are telling here, assuming raining or not raining on a day are equally likely. The use of probability is made in various cases in real life. What they are saying? The use of probability is made in various cases in real life. To find to find characteristics of a large group by using a small part of the group. This is a real time thing that they are explaining us. To find characteristics of a large group. How you are finding it? By using a small part of the group. They are not using the whole large group, they are not asking to the whole group, but to a small part of the group they are testing, they are asking, and on that basis they are defining the characteristics of a large group. For example, during elections an exit poll is taken. What is the example? During election an exit poll is taken. All of us we know that one day prior to the election results, on all the TV channels, on all the different TV channels I can say, we are having a program which is known as exit poll. Each of the channel tries to predict the results of the polls. What is the actual theory behind that? How they are predicting it? And sometimes it happens that some of the channels predictions are 100% correct. It happens. How these people know? Are these people any government officers? Have they counted the votes or what? Before the real counting of vote goes on? No, it is that statistics, it is that data handling, it is the probability which is involved in this. Now, how the things are done? Here they are explaining us. This involves asking the people whom they have voted for. What this involves? This involves what? Asking the people whom they have voted for whom they have voted. They are asking it. When they come out after voting at the centers, when they are asking them, when they come out after voting at the centers, which are chosen off hand and distributed over the whole area. What has been done? Which are chosen off hand. It is not each and every person they are asking, please understand, it is a real time example. So, too few of the people they are asking, randomly they are selecting and they are asking, and distributed over the whole area. For that particular area, these few people to whom they have asked, to whom these people have voted, they are choosing it randomly and they are considering for that particular area. This gives an idea of chance of winning of each candidate. What idea it gives? Of chance of winning of whom? Of each candidate, and predictions are made based on it. This is the most important thing. What is the most important thing? Predictions are made based on it accordingly. On this basis, the exit poll results are been declared. They are predicting what is going to happen tomorrow. They are predicting on the basis of the data. Next, you can see here meteorological department predicts weather by observing trends from the data over many years in the past. What happens? Meteorological department predicts weather by observing trends from the data over many years in the past. It is because of the data they are having, on that basis they are predicting. Now, let us come to exercise 5.3, which is based on these concepts. The very first question, list the outcomes you can see in these experiments. Spinning a wheel and tossing two coins together. What they are saying? List the outcomes they are saying, not probability, outcomes. In the wheel you can see currently the pointer is in B sector. So, B1, C2, D3, A4, one more A, 5. Total outcomes are 5. Total outcomes are 5. Let us switch to the solution. Here you can see the possible outcomes on spinning a wheel are A, B, C and D. Yes, sorry, I said 5. Actually, it is what is the result in this? Please correct it. The possible outcomes on spinning a wheel are A, B, C and D. I counted and I said 5. It is not the number, but what are the possible outcomes? Second, tossing two coins together. The possible outcomes when two coins are tossed together are: one coin may turn up as head, second as tail. First as tail, second as turn up head. Both of them have turn up head, both of them they have turn up tail, where H represents head and T represents tail. I will repeat it. Tossing two coins together, the possible outcomes are both the coins may turn up head, both the coins may turn up tail. First coin may turn up head, second coin may turn up tail. First coin may turn up tail, second coin may turn up head. And for the first spinning a wheel, in the wheel what are the possible outcomes? A, B, C, D. A is twice, the sector A is represented in 2 times. So, what are the possible outcomes? It is A, B, C and D. I hope the concept is clear. Let us move to the second question. When a die is thrown, list the outcomes of an event of getting. What is the thing? When a die is thrown, list the outcomes of an event of getting a prime number, not a prime number, a number greater than 5, a number not greater than 5. Let us switch to the solution. When a die is thrown, when a die is thrown, the possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. When a die is thrown, the possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Therefore, the outcomes of an event of getting, therefore, the outcomes of an event of getting a prime number are. Now, what are the prime numbers in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6? 2, 3 and 5 are the prime numbers. 2, 3 and 5 are the prime numbers. So, a prime number, in that case what the outcomes are? 2, 3 and 5. Not a prime number are 1, 4, 6. Yeah, 1 is not a prime number, 4 is not a prime number, 6 is not a prime number. Second sub question, a number greater than 5. A number greater than 5 is 6. 5 is not greater than 5, 5 is equal to 5. So, a number greater than 5 is what? 6 is the outcome in that case. And second, in that the B sub question, a number not greater than 5 are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Just now only I told you 5 is not greater than 5. So, what are the values that are included, what are the outcomes that are included here? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Proceeding to the next question. Find the probability, what they are telling, find the probability of the pointer stopping on D in question 1a. This figure we have to refer. Probability of the pointer on stopping on D in question 1a. Outcomes A, B, C, D. Total outcomes 5. Why? 2 times A is present. When we are saying only outcomes, it is A, B, C, D. Okay, understood. Total outcomes, we have to count that A is present. 2 sectors are representing A. This is the probability. What probability? The pointer stopping on D. D is present only once. D is present only once out of 5 sectors. So, it is the pointer stopping on D out of 5 sectors is 1 upon 5. It is what? 1 upon 5. There are 5 sectors and D is represented in only one sector. So, the answer is 1 upon 5. Probability of getting an ace from a well shuffled deck of 52 playing cards. This is the second sub question. Probability of getting an ace from a well shuffled deck of 52 playing cards. And the third sub question is probability of getting a red apple. The figure is below here. Let us switch to the solution. Let us see what exactly the solution is. The possible outcome of spinning on a wheel are A, B, C and D, as I mentioned just now. Therefore, the pointer can stop at any one of the regions. Total number of regions are 5, 5 sectors are present there. the pointer will stop at region D only once. Hence, probability that the pointer will stop at region D is equals to 1 upon 5. As I had explained you just now, the same it is. Total number of cards in a well shuffled deck is 52. Total number of ace cards are 4. Okay. Therefore, the probability of getting an ace card is 4 upon 52 is equals to 1 upon 13. Why? 4 1s are 4, 4 13s are 52. 13 4s is 52. So, 4 1s are 4, 4 13s are is 52. So, it is 1 upon 52. I will repeat it. Total number of cards in a well shuffled deck are 52. Total number of ace cards is equals to 4. Therefore, the probability of getting an ace card is 4 upon 52. After cancellation, we are getting 1 upon 13. Now, the third sub question, probability of getting a red apple, and the figure is given below. What is the figure? Here you can see these are the apples of red and green color. In the figure you can see there are 4 apples of red color and 3 apples of green color. You can count here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 3 apples of green color. Total apples are 7. Total apples are 7. So, let us see what exactly the probability for it is. Total number of apples 7, total number of red apples 4, total number of green apples 3. Therefore, the probability of getting a red apple is equals to 4 upon 7. What it is? I will repeat. Total number of apples is equals to 7. Total number of red apples is equals to 4. Total number of green apples is equals to 3. Therefore, the probability of getting a red apple is 4. Total number of apples, total number of red apples upon total number of apples, that is 7. So, your answer is 4 upon 7. Let us switch to the textbook to see the next question. Here it is. Numbers 1 to 10 are written on 10 separate slips. One number on one slip, kept in a box and mixed well. Kept in a box and mixed well. One slip is chosen from the box without looking into it. One slip is chosen from the box without looking into it. What is the probability of getting a number 6, getting a number less than 6, getting a number greater than 6, getting a 1-digit number? Understand the situation properly. Numbers 1 to 10 are written on 10 separate slips, kept in a box and mixed well. One slip is chosen from the box without looking into it. Randomly one slip we are choosing. What is the probability of getting a number 6, getting a number less than 6, getting a number greater than 6 and getting a 1-digit number? Let us switch to the solution. The total number of slips is equals to 10. The probability of getting a number 6 is equals to 1 upon 10. Why? Because 6 is present between 1 to 10 once only. So, the probability of getting a number 6 is 1 upon 10. Out of the 10 numbers, 6 is present once there. Next sub question, getting a number less than 6. Now, 6 is not less than 6, okay, it is equal to 6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, these are the numbers which are less than 6. Therefore, the probability of getting a number less than 6 is equals to 5 upon 10, 5 ones are 5 twos are is equals to 1 upon 2. I will repeat it what I said. The numbers less than 6 are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Therefore, the probability of getting a number less than 6 is equals to 5 upon 10. So, after cancelling 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, it becomes 1 upon 2. The probability is 1 upon 2. The third sub question, what is the third sub question? Is the number greater than 6. Again the same thing. 6 is not greater than 6. It is equal to 6. So, 7 is greater than 6, 8 is greater than 6, 9 is greater than 6 and 10 is greater than 6. Therefore, the numbers greater than 6 are 7, 8, 9 and 10. Therefore, the probability of getting a number greater than 6 is 4 upon 10. Yeah, these are 4, count them 1, 2, 3, 4, these are 4. 4 upon 10, total outcomes are 10. After cancellation, 2 twos are 4, 2 fives are 10, we get 2 upon 5 is the probability. What is the fourth sub question? The 1 digit numbers. Yes, from 1 to 10, the 1 digit numbers are from 1 to 9. From 1 to 10 numbers, the 1 digit numbers are 1 to 9. All these are 1 digit, single digit numbers you can see. 10 is the 2 digit number. So, if you count, these are 9. Therefore, the probability of getting a 1 digit number is equals to 9 upon 10. What is the probability of getting a 1 digit number out of 1 to 10? 9 upon 10 is the probability, and here no cancellation is possible between 9 and 10. So, the probability is 9 upon 10. Let us proceed further to the next question. If you have a spinning wheel with 3 green sectors, 1 blue sector and 1 red sector, what is the probability of getting a green sector and what is the probability of getting a non-blue sector? Understand the question carefully. If you have a spinning wheel with 3 green sectors, 1 blue sector and 1 red sector, what is the probability of getting a green sector? This is one question. Second, what is the probability of getting a non-blue sector? Let us switch to the solution. Total number of green sectors 3, total number of blue sectors 1, total number of red sector 1, total number of sectors 5. Therefore, probability of getting a green sector is equals to 3 upon 5. Now, the non-blue sectors are the, I think something has gone wrong here. What is the probability non-blue sector? Yeah, they have mentioned wrong. Now, the non-blue sectors are the green and red sectors, where the probability, what it will be? Green sector 3 parts and what it is? Red sector 1 part. What they have said? Non-blue sector are green. Here it is a mistake in printing. It should be green and red sectors. So, 3 plus 1, it is 4. Therefore, the probability of getting non-blue sector is equals to 4 upon 5. I hope you people have understood this. Today, we shall conclude this section, here, and in the next session, we shall see the remaining question and we shall revise the chapter once again in brief. I hope you people are studying regularly. Keep the studies regular and take care of yourselves. Thank you.